All right, so I got the following question from a follower. Person wants to remain anonymous, and they asked, after doing or actually they made a statement, then asked, after doing a software update, my computer started blinking on Windows Startup, and I cannot get into Windows. I checked with, and I blocked out the name of this national computer server or service provider, repair service provider. They think that it is a hardware issue and not a software issue. They think the graphics card is going bad. They were suggesting a new laptop instead. And the reader or the follower wants to know, what do I think about this? So now let's take a look at a video that the follower sent to accompany the question. Here's how I'm going to answer the question. And so what I'd like to do first, if I was a person looking at your laptop, is I would actually like to rule out the software issue for sure. And to do that, what I would do is actually try to roll back your computer to a restore point before the update. Um, this may require you entering into Windows Advanced Boot Option menu in order to do so. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I noticed that once you got to the Windows menu in the video anyway, it doesn't look like it got any further than that. It looks like it just stayed there, kind of hanged itself in there. So you're probably going to need to get into the Windows Advanced Boot Options menu in order to roll back your computer to a restore point. All right, so it looks like you're running Windows 7, and so therefore this is one way you can get to the Advanced Boot Option menu that I was talking about for Windows, in Windows 7 anyway. So what you'll do is restart your computer. After you restart the computer, you're gonna hit F8 repeatedly before getting to the Windows startup screen. What that'll do is take you to that advanced boot option menu. When you get there, you're going to look for an option in the menu that says last known good configuration, and you can go ahead and choose that one. If that option is not available, then you're probably going to have to Google how to do a system restore for Windows 7 if you're not capable of getting into Windows 7. It's been a long time since I've used Windows 7, so I really don't remember how to get there. Perhaps there is another way. So if you Google how to do that, you may find another option of how to get there. Once you've actually gotten to that restore point, you're going to, put the restore point in, you're going to run the computer after reverting to the restore point and see if it is still blinking. To answer your question, should you buy a new laptop? Now, of course, this is if the blinking doesn't stop. Should you buy a new laptop? So my answer is most likely going to be yes for you. Reason is because you're using Windows 7, and so I'm kind of thinking that you're probably using an older laptop. And so if you're using an older laptop, the current value of the laptop is probably lower than the amount that it's going to cost to repair it. Now, the reason why this may be, or the reason why this is most likely the case, is because as you probably do or do not know, there's been a big drive to make laptops smaller and smaller and smaller. As they make laptops smaller and smaller and smaller, what ends up happening is certain items like a video card that was, let's say, in a desktop on its own separate card, actually has been integrated into the motherboard, or may have been integrated into another, let's say the CPU or something on your computer, in order to save space and make the laptop smaller. So if you wanted to replace the motherboard, you're actually talking, or pardon me, if you want to replace the video card, you're actually probably talking about replacing the motherboard or the CPU. And so because that's the case, it's more than likely going to be way more expensive to do that than actually just go and buy a new computer. Now, if you're still hooked on keeping the same computer, or if for some reason you happen to find that your computer is cheaper to replace, or not cheaper to replace, but if the price that someone quotes you seem to be relatively reasonable, what you should think about is that when it comes to repairing, in this case, your laptop, I would not suggest that you repair it if the repair is more than 50% of the current value of the laptop. And so what I mean by that is this: if you were able to go out and buy the laptop, if you can still find it on the market now for $500 or something like that, and the repair is actually going to be more than $250, it makes more sense to just go ahead and buy the a new laptop. Now, if you cannot find the actual current value of your laptop and you're still thinking or leaning more towards repairing it, I have a formula that I use to determine whether I should or should not repair a laptop or an electronic device. And it's based off of Moore's Law. And if you want to know more about Moore's Law, you can actually do a quick Google search. That's Moore'(S) law. And you'll understand or kind of get a better idea as to why I use this equation. All right, so let me give you an example of where I use this equation. So I have a case here where the purchase value of the laptop is $500. We're using that decrease rate of 0.5, and we want to know the value of the laptop after 1 year. Okay, so I take this information, I put that into my equation, and so what I come up with is a current value after 1 year of being $353.55. Now, in order to, if we want to do the repair, or if we want to figure out if it makes sense to do the repair or not, I take 50% of that $353.55, and that gives me $176.78 approximately. And so if the repair cost, or the cost to repair the laptop, is going to be more than that $176.78, then it's a no-go on repair, and just go ahead and purchase one. And again, this is just my opinion, okay? You can do what you think is best for you, but that's just normally how I go about deciding whether I'm going to repair or I'm going to go ahead and just purchase new. All right, so I hope that was some helpful information for you. If anyone else has any questions that you would like to send to me, you can go to my website, look for the Ask the Expert area, and if I think I can answer your question, I'll go ahead and make a video response on YouTube and put that out there for your question. Again, that's Ask the Expert section on my website, ClydeLetsom.com. Thank you for watching, everyone.